It takes person A 8 hours to get a job done. It takes another person, person B, 10 hours to get the same job done. So obviously person B is working a little bit slower. Right, they've both been given the same job, but person B takes a little bit longer, 2 hours longer. How many hours would it take both persons working together to get the same job done? We're talking about the same job. Now, you know intuitively, if this was, for example, if this person B was working 8 hours, i.e. both working at the same rate, both working 8 hours to get the same job done, if they both work together, then it should take 4 hours, half the time. That's quite intuitive. But what we have is a situation where it's not that intuitive, because the person B takes a little bit longer, but then you combine them together, right? And then you're trying to find out how long it takes. It's going to take a little bit longer than 4 hours because person B is not as fast. So how do we do this? Right, there's a non-intuitive way of working out very quickly. All you've got to do is times 8 with the 10. That's 80. And then take that 80 and then divide by the total number of hours, if you total the hours for person A and person B. So if you did that on the calculator, you get 4.44 hours. So it's a bit more than 4 hours as expected. I'm going to do this question using the concept of man hours. I've covered the concept of man hours in previous videos, so if you need to understand that, please watch those videos first before watching what I'm about to do now. Right, let's suppose I'm describing person A here. Person A, that's just one person, works 8 hours. One times 8 is 8. 8 man hours. It takes 8 man hours to get that job done. Person B. Works 10 hours to get the same job done. So we know person B is a little bit slower. That's why it's taking, instead of 8 hours, it's taking 10 hours to get the same job done. And to get that job done, it takes 8 man hours. Right, I need to know what goes in that question mark. So you just do inverse operation, 8 divided by 10, that gives you 0.8. So what does that 0.8 means? It means person B is 80% of whatever person A is. Right, not 100%. If it was 100%, then that person would just take 8 hours to get the same job done. But person B is only 80% of what person A is. That's what 0.8 means. So really that 1 means 100% and 0.8 means 80%. Right then, now what if those two people work together? So that'll be not one person, it won't be two people, it'll be actually 1.8 person. Multiplied by the number of hours they need to work to get the same job done, 8 man hours. So you just got to do 8 divided by 1.8, inverse operation. You get 4.44 hours, a little bit more than 4 hours as expected. You can see that's the same answer as this. Right, this was the quick way, and this way that I've done it was using the concept of man hours. So if you've understood in my previous videos what man hours is, what it involves, then you'll understand what I've just done now. I know a lot of you probably would want to use this method, what I've got over here, the quick method. It's a lot quicker to get the answer. But a lot of people won't necessarily know why the real understand, the deep understanding of why you have to do 8 times the 10 to get the 80 and then divide by 18. Whereas with this method, if you've understood the concept of man hours, then you can appreciate this better. Right? There's more understanding with this method as opposed to the quick method.